You were in the hills, a long way from nowhere, and that's the reason why they had to supply. Otherwise, they wouldn't have got any work.
They used chainsaw and stuff, or was it like?
Oh yeah, they did the lumbering.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had all the equipment. They've been doing it for years, of course. Lumber companies. Had no trouble getting a job in the lumber camp, which I was able to remain at for a few months, till I applied for a position with the Imperial Oil Company, who had recently struck a new oil field only 20 miles south of Edmonton. It was here that I learned to become an oil driller, which paid high wages once qualified. So I had the qualifications, I had mechanical experience and that sort of thing, and of course you had to be prepared to work out in the cold weather, below zero weather. By then I had enough clothes.
Did you have to go, when you say once certified, did you have to do training?
Yeah, well, you went on the rigs and worked on the rigs, but you were with the driller himself, he showed you the ropes, what weight to keep on the drill, and you only have a certain amount of weight because you get tons of pipes pushing on the bit that's spinning around. So it all takes a bit of learning, but I had a bit mechanical experience which they thought was necessary to learn the job. It was here that I learned that to become an oil driller, which paid high wages once qualified. The work was tough and dirty, as in winter time we were often working in below zero weather, and in the open, of course. But the incentives were there and well worth it. I made my home in Edmonton, and I made some good friends there, and it was here that I met my future wife, Hilda, who worked as a nursing sister at the University Hospital. Hilda had also emigrated to Canada with her parents when she was 8 years old from Norway. They had settled in Saskatchewan and became farmers. When Hilda was 18, she went to Edmonton to be trained as a nursing sister. That was the nearest big town, about 800 miles away.
Jeez.
But anyway, that's
like from here to Sydney.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Big place, Canada. It was in 1954 that we married and decided to go and live in England. We settled in the north coastal town of Whitley Bay, and it was here that my brother and I decided to go into business together. We've got plenty of time left on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, right.
Probably another 20 minutes or so.
Might be finished by then, at this rate. The business eventually became successful. Andrea was born in 1955. The following year, we bought a new house at Woolsington, a few miles north of Newcastle on Tyne. And in 1957, Dina was born. Over the next several years, the children made good progress at their schools. The business also expanded, and we opened branches in Scotland and Manchester. We enjoyed many holidays in England, visiting many relations throughout the country. We also bought a large caravan and toured many other places in England and Scotland and also Europe. We visited France and Italy. We also used it as a weekender on the coast of Northumberland, near beaches. That was only an hour's drive away from where we lived at Woolsington, in northern Newcastle. However, we experienced a lot of wet weather, which is normal for England, and this turned our thoughts to Australia, particularly as Andrea and Dina were still young children. So it was 1965. We sold all our assets in England and moved to Sydney. At the airport, we met a part-time real estate salesman who was willing to show us around the city and suburbs for the day at an agreed price per hour. He needed the money. As it was, Sunday in late January, it was not easy to find suitable accommodation, as some people were still on holiday by this time. Understand that.
At this time,
What?
50 years ago.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, is it 40?
That's 65.
Yeah, 70, 80, 90, 2006.
Yeah.
Was that 1966?
Yeah, 66. Or 65, one of the two.
Yeah.
65 or 60. Not quite sure. Put what you want there.
It was about 40 years ago.
Yeah. As it was late January, not very easy to find suitable accommodation, as some people were still on holiday. I explained to the driver we preferred sand, surf and palm trees, but were willing to compromise. Those are all the things on the billboards, and so this showed advertising Australia.
The best part. It's only one beach.
That must have been very hard for people to advertise like that, but they're quite true. They were very hard up. There's a white, what do they call it? A ban on anybody who wasn't white.
Immigrating?
Immigrating, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at that time, yeah. So they wanted